I'm going to do a super duper easy eye makeup for our age group. Most of us have either hooded eyes or saggy skin around this eye area. So this is a look that's going to help that mature looking eye area. Also, it's going to help those with deep set eyes because it's kind of the same concept. So let's go. You want to use a neutral transition colour. So I'm going to use this vintagey pink colour here, which you can see is one of my faves, and I'm going to use my fluffy brush. Just going to put a little bit of product on that brush there. I always put a bit of product on and then I'll just tap it off so you haven't got too much going on at the same time. We want to start at the outside of the eye. We want to keep all of our makeup in this area. If you think you can't do it just with your brush in your hand, then use some tissue to help prevent that flopping over, because if you take your makeup over the edge of the outside of the eye there, it's going to create a dragging effect on the eye, make the eye look sad and droopy, and we're trying to make our eye look awake and happy. So we want to keep all of that makeup within this vicinity, outside corner of the brow and all up here, no flopping over. Again, if you think you're going to struggle with that, just get a little bit of tissue, put it up to the side of your eye like this, and we're just literally going to go on the outside of the eye first. We want to start inside this crease area and slightly above it. So we're going to put more of the colour towards the outside of the eye there. And we're just going to take that all the way. And we're just going to go backwards and forwards, round and round in circles. Remember, we're going over top of this bone, eye socket bone here, because most of us, our crease will be disappeared underneath fat or hooded eyes. So we're going to go over the bone there. Go backwards and forwards, round and round little circles. Then we can add a little bit of darkness on the outside eye there. I'm going to put on a tiny bit of black actually. So I'm going to go with that black, my palette. Again, I'm just going to keep it nice and keep the tissue here so it doesn't flop over. I'm going to use a tiny bit of black, just a wee little bit. We don't want it to be too intense. Actually, I'm going to dust some of that black off. And I'm just going to put it in the absolute total outside corner of the eye there. Tiny weeny bit. And just smudge that out slightly. Remember, just a tiny weeny bit there. And dark colours on the outside of the eye actually elongate the eye, make it look sort of wider out on the face. If you put dark colours on the inside of your eye there, you're going to end up with your eye area looking like it's close to your nose, so we don't want that look. Now I'm going to use a small amount of this shimmery kind of neutral, it's almost like a gunmetal grey or that kind of look. I'm going to put that over my eyelid, and you can actually use just neutral if you like, but I just like a little bit of shimmer. Again, if you don't want to put the darker colour in there, or you can go with the brown if you like, if that feels less hectic. But if you don't want to have the darker colour at the outside corner of the eye, you don't have to do that. You can just go ahead and stay with that transition colour, which is also really nice. It opens up that whole eye area. When you put a lighter colour on the lid, it's creating that look of an open area as well. Light brings things out, dark detracts things. So if you put dark things on your eyelid, it's going to make your eye look further back into your head, which we don't want. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of nude right to the centre of my eye. Just opens the whole eye area up. And makes it look like a lot more eyelid space, and it keeps it looking further away from the nose, which makes the eyes look further apart, which is the look that we want. So I'm just going to take that off there, and you can see that's kept a nice clean line up the side of the eye there. And you can use another brush and then just blend that out a bit more. Just sort of going inwards. Cool. Gonna do that other eye. Then I'm just going to use this sort of little short stubby brush, and I'm going to use that vintage pink again, and I'm going to put that vintage pink under the bottom of the eye there. It makes it look like a little bit of an eyeliner, and it frames the eye, and it's a really soft and smooth way to make the whole eye kind of transition together nicely. The thing with aging eyes is you don't want really heavy eyeliner underneath your eye. It's a very, very aging look to put tons of eyeliner under there. Now we're going to use the black eyeshadow, and I'm just going to get an angle brush, and I'm going to wet the angle brush. I'm going to put it inside the black eyeshadow, and then I'm going to have got just black on the tip of there, so I'm just going to dab that off each side so that you don't get the drop down. And we're going to use this to line the top of our eyelid, because eyeshadows are really good because they don't bleed, they don't end up down your face. So just put that really nice and close to the lash line. Just go all the way along the eye there. And that gives it a really nice eye line that's not going to smudge down your face during the day. So we're going to do that again on the other eye. And then we're just going to blend that out a little bit as well, just so that it's nice and soft looking. Now to open up that whole eye area, we're going to use the nude again, and I'm going to use a flat brush. I'm just going to go up under the brow and put some nude under there, and that just really cleans up that whole eye area, and it just gives that look of a lot more space there. It's a nice and clean look. Now I'm going to do a little bit of bronzer. So with bronzer, the idea is that it's not so much contouring, but you can create contour with bronzer, but you just want to, anywhere you want to detract a look. So for me, I've got quite a prominent jaw, so I'll put a bit of bronzer down the bottom of my jaw here. It also just warms your skin up, it makes it look a little bit more sun-kissed. I've got a bit of a higher forehead, so I'll just bronze up in my forehead a little bit, and then that just gives the illusion of your head being a little bit lower. And then I'm putting product on my brush, and then I'm just tapping a little bit off so it doesn't go on too hectically. Then we're going to create a little bit of a line down here between your ear and your mouth. So it's going to create like that sort of sunken in and create higher cheekbones. So you just don't want to come any further around the side of the face in here. You don't want that line to wrap around the side of your face, otherwise you're going to have this look like the Joker, and you can already see how it gives the illusion that the cheekbone is slightly higher on this side, so that's what we want. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. And remember, this is makeup, not plastic surgery, so if you do it wrong, or if you feel like it's too much, just take it off and do it again. And then just really just blend. Blend is your friend. I've had lots of questions about my lips, and people saying that's the perfect lip colour for me. It's actually tattooed lip colour from a lot of years ago, so I don't know how much of it's still left, but that's tattoo lip. Okay, so now I'm going to put on a little bit of blush. With blush, you want it just to be on the balls of your cheeks, but you want to walk it slightly up into your hairline, so it looks like you've been flush, not that you've got like two little round circles like Betty Boop. We don't want that look, so we're just going to put a little bit of blush onto our brush. So I put the blush on first, and then, like I told you, just take some off because you don't want to have too much pink on your face. You can always add some, but if you put it on too fiercely, it's a lot harder to take off. So that's quite pigmented, that colour, eh? So I'm just going to clean a bit of that pink off my brush, and then really just blend that out. Okay, and then we're going to do a little bit of highlighter, and you can see that that's one of my favourites, so I'm just going to use my finger and I'm going to put a little bit of highlighter. You only want this to go where the sunlight would be, or the moonlight would be dropping down on your face. If you were like naturally, if you're walking out on the beach at night and the moonlight drops down on your face, you want it to go into the highest points of your bone structure, which are your cheekbones. Might be the tip of your nose. I don't put it on the tip of my nose because my nose is kind of longish. So if I put highlighter on the tip of my nose, it just makes it look longer. So just bear that in mind as well. Put a little bit on your cupid bow. That actually gives you a better shape. And down those two little lines, whatever they are called. Just makes your lip look more pursed. Especially if you've got flat lips like me. And you can actually put a little bit into under your brow if you like. Not tons though, because we're not like 16. So just a wee little bit. And that just creates a look like it's higher up as well. Cool. Okay. So I've done that full look with just this palette, which is an amazing palette, by the way. I love it. It's my favorite right now. So now if you want to add some mascara, of course you want to add some mascara, all your finishing touches. I love this mascara because the nice big fat brush, and our mascaras are tar free, so they don't suffocate your lashes and make them break off, snap off. Such a lovely mascara. It makes your lashes look so thick. Love it. And I just do the outer corner lashes on the lower lash line, so it's not too dark, too heavy under there. And finish off with some lip gloss or lip stick. Such a great palette, eh? So useful. Lots of uses. Got everything you need in there to create a lovely daytime look, but with that little tiny bit of black at the outer corner of the eye, it also gives it a bit of zhuzh, so you could actually sort of do a day and night look. And again, you could literally just leave leave off that little bit of dark at the outside. You could just do your whole full lid in a nice nude, and it just opens up the whole eye area there. And then you could put your transition colour up over your eye socket bone there, and it just lifts the eye up. If you've got quite a lot of skin hanging down there or really hooded eyes, you just put your transition colour where your crease might be or where that eye socket bone might be. If you didn't have any folds there, you just put it over top of that area, the excess fat and skin, and it works exactly the same. Just make sure you've got nude lids or lighter coloured lids, and that transition colour up over the socket, and then it just creates this really nice awake looking eye, which don't we all need that in this age group. I'm 48 this year, so my eyes are not getting any less saggy, but you know, makeup can go a long way to creating a look that makes you look certainly more wide awake, if not well, certainly not youthful, but definitely more wide awake looking, which is what we all want after all. A nice fresh looking face like we've rested. Okay, I hope that helps somebody. Have an awesome day.